how might we as leaders or as coaches who coach leaders rethink how we can support individuals, teams, and organizations to respond to this rapidly changing world and to remain competitive and relevant as well, relevant and legitimate. So that applies to government organizations, non-government organizations, not-for-profit organizations, just as much as commercial organizations. What I'd like to share and unpack and discuss with you guys is 4 things leaders can do, which fosters exploration and emergence. One is supporting individuals to test and learn assumptions, create a safe space to that happen, so a safe to learn environment. So that's 1 and 3. Number 2 is around how leaders can become grand conductors. They're employing great, talented, motivated people with great knowledge and experience. So how can they align a direction, a true north for these people, and move out the way to allow them to do good things, or step in when there's going to be organizational impediments which may be blocking their path. And then number 4, some work that an academic, Mary Albin's been doing around creating an adaptive space to allow those innovators and those operators to actually work together, because they are different kettles of fish. There's personality and characteristics of an innovator is quite different to an operator. And so how can we bring those two worlds together so they can create a viable future, so as an organization, they can remain relative and relevant and competitive. I've got some tips for each of these 4 areas. The first area is number 1, leaders supported individuals to test assumptions. One thing that I find apparent, and perhaps you guys find this as well, is that the more traditional way in which individuals and teams handle uncertainty is they metabolize it as risk. And this is actually quite a human reaction. We tend to find success and exploration in our early years, and then we tend to lean on that success for perhaps a bit too long, and we find comfort in that success. It could be products or services, it could be what we're educated in, it could be who we work with, our environment. We tend to find comfort and we want to be able to protect it. However, when uncertainty does come, or something new and novel does come, then we might see that as a threat. But what we do in response is that we do something, we respond with false certainty or willful blindness. Something else which occurs, this is all kind of could be characterized as an ordered response to uncertainty, perhaps, with a fixed mindset. Number 2 is that we tend to rely on past experience, and that provides comfort which could be misplaced. And thirdly, we tend to try and shape and take control. This is very much like the predict and control mindset. And that can create another falsehood of a deterministic outcome. And with lots of predefined steps. And we just focus our team on doing those steps with the belief it's going to get to that deterministic outcome. And even if we get there, it's going to be a good outcome. That's not going to be true in the fast changing world that we're now living in. So how can we respond? How can we coach our leaders or be even better leaders for the fast changing world? And it's one where we adopt more of an adaptive mindset, characterized by, growth rather than fixed attitude. So we need to be brave and honest and show vulnerability to say we do not understand. Let's see what we can do. So ask questions and have seek divergence, seek different opinions. And these could be from people that we tend to dismiss. These could be the whistleblowers or the dissenters. They have a story to tell. And I think we need to encourage them to find a safe space where they can listen and perhaps design some kind of experiment or something new with them. So it's a new approach to enable others to create conditions for emergence and experimentation.